Hi friends. I've been excited and scared to film this ever since I got the message. I teased this out in probably the video before last, which I will link up here if you haven't seen it already. Knowing how YouTube works and that you've already read the title, you already know what I'm about to tell you. I recently got asked by Unearthly Cosmetics, formerly Alien Cosmetics, to create some content for their YouTube channel. They told me it was sitting there dormant, not really doing anything, and they really liked my own content. So bear with me, this filming day is going to get a little bit haphazard because I'm going to be ostensibly filming 2 separate videos in one sitting. But we're gonna try and make it work because Mama only has 1 day to film. So they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to create some content around their brand new blush line. Seeing as they know that I am the blush draping queen, which is also very staggering that they knew that fact at all, meaning that they actually do watch my content. Hi! But what I didn't know was that not only were they going to send me the entire line of blushes and new highlighters that they developed, they were also going to send me their entire line of gel chromes and gel chrome flakes. That was just a surprise. That was just a little present. This does mean though that I have a crap ton of products to play with and now 2 platforms to make content on. So here's the plan. We're gonna create an eyeshadow look using the new blushes, the gel chromes, and the gel chrome flakes. And then over on Unearthly Cosmetics channel, I'm going to be doing a tutorial focusing on a couple of different ways I like to apply blush. And yes, that will include blush draping. You're welcome. But I figured let's do it all in one take. Let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So hopefully, if this works out the way that I have imagined it in my head, you can watch this video, pause it in between, go over to Unearthly Cosmetics channel, watch the blush portion of this look over there, and then come on back and we can wrap this all up together. How does that sound? Does that sound crazy? It does sound a little bit crazy when I say it out loud, but I think it's going to work. God willing and the creek don't rise. Okay, so let's just dive on in, start creating a look. It's probably gonna be a lot of blush, and I think we're gonna create something really dreamy. So without much more ado, let's get on with this Unearthly Cosmetics extravaganza and let's get started. I'm still having this weird out-of-body experience knowing that this brand that I have loved for quite some time has reached out to me and asked me, without my prompting, that they would like to work with me. It's a little bit wild. I'm just not gonna question it and we're just gonna keep on rolling and play with some fun new makeup. I'm just going to pop in some B-roll footage. What my view looks like from my desk currently. There is just a whole bunch of blush and highlight. All of the swatches for the blushes will be on the other video, but I will insert some footage of all of the swatches of the gel chromes and the gel chrome flakes. Hopefully I will be able to superimpose the corresponding names of each gel chrome and gel chrome flake. For this particular video, let's focus on using the blushes as eyeshadow, or at least as a base for an eyeshadow look, just so that everything becomes really cohesive with the blush draping that I will be doing in the other video. You've seen me do looks like this before. It's going to be really blown out, really ethereal, and knowing Unearthly Cosmetics, probably extremely concentrated in pigment, which I am okay with. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out, but I think we should just get started, slap some primer on our eyeballs, and see how these work. I'm procrastinating, I really am, because I've never made content for somebody else before, and I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous. And it's wild that I'm getting paid to make content at all, period. Anyway, dreams coming true in real time. Let's zoom in. So the idea is to create a look that will showcase the gel chromes, the gel chrome flakes, how they work, while also being able to support 2 different types of blush techniques. The first one will be a more minimalist approach to blush, and then the second one that we build on top of will be the more maximalist approach that, if you've been here before, you know is my preference. But the idea is to work up to that, to build up to that, and I think we can make it work, especially if we utilize the blushes as eyeshadow. I hummed and hawed over which ones to use in this video. I definitely want to use more than one, but I also wanted them to be in a gradient. So I chose a color theme, which is going to be corally, peachy pinks, burgundy, pinky, orangey red, you know, a tonal family that I am familiar with, but also are the blushes that I was drawn to on first glance. I'm going to pull these ones out for now to start with. Along with the blushes, they also sent me these really stinking, adorable little single magnetic palettes to pop your blushes into for travel. And they sent along 2 of these, so I already popped in the blushes that I want to use today, the names of which I think are respectively Bloom and Burst. Also, can we just appreciate this? Look at this packaging. I'm sorry. The artists they work with are out of this world. I just am obsessed with the aesthetics of this brand. I also think if we need it to add a little bit of depth, I'm gonna pull out the Strawberry Milkshake palette, which has this nice little burgundy in it called Juicy. So before this eyeshadow primer creases up any more than it already has, why don't we just go in with a little bit of blush to start? Firstly, I think I'm gonna pick up Bloom because I think this will act as a really beautiful transition. So I'm just gonna take this on a nice big fluffy brush. This one's from BH Cosmetics. And let's just slap it on and see what happens. Blushes are usually a little less pigmented than, say, an eyeshadow. I believe there might have to be some layering and some packing on of pigment, although that's already showing up quite nicely. I'm just so drawn towards an orangey pink blush. Anything peachy, anything warm. Ooh, that's already so gorgeous as eyeshadow. Hold on, I'm gonna turn down my exposure a bit. There, that's a little better. See, you can kind of see how this is already blending out on that edge really easily. I'm not even trying here. But looking at the finish of this, I can't tell if this particular blush has a sheen to it, like a slight sheen, or if that's just the base. Either way, I'm not mad, it's pretty. I'm desperately trying not to just fall into draping the blush right away because I do have to save that for the Unearthly Cosmetics video on their channel. And yes, we're going to blow this all the way out. All the restraint I showed in the last video, which if you haven't seen yet, I will link it up here, we're throwing out the window today. So as I suspected, this blush is way less pigmented than their eyeshadow. That's a good thing. You want a blush to be able to blend out onto your face effortlessly. I'm already seeing how gorgeous this is going to look on the cheeks just on its own. I'm already obsessed with the tonal quality of this. It is a coral peachy dream. Let's dive into the second one. I believe this is the one we call Burst. It's the closest one to red in the bunch, which is something that I was hoping they were going to make. So let's pick this up on a smaller brush and start adding some depth. Also, the maximalist in me adores, lives by, swears by layering blush. So if you're like me and one blush is not enough, this is gonna be the look for you. And these 2 blushes are just blending effortlessly together. Look at that. Unearthly Cosmetics hit the sweet spot for me in terms of level of pigmentation, usability, and ease. With most of their products that I've tried, they've just struck a really nice balance. And I think that's why I love them so much, because I'm able to create really interesting, really bold, colorful looks without much effort. I always say this, I don't want to fight with my makeup. And this brand was like, don't worry, I got you. So I'm just blowing this out on the bottom edge here with a little more bloom. Let's continue on, adding some depth with the Strawberry Milkshake palette. Let's grab Juicy and deepen this right up. I'm curious to see how their eyeshadow formula plays with their blush formula. Pretty good, shaping up pretty nicely. I just love pinks, oranges, reds. Honestly, I entered the world of makeup with modern Renaissance as my guide, and I don't think that has ever left my brain. Oh, this is romantic as fuck. Oh, I'm really into this. I think I might be subconsciously creating the look I was already thinking of doing for the next palette that I want to review on the channel. Stay tuned for that one. First person in the comments to guess which palette that will be will get a virtual high five. Dipping back into Burst here just to fan out this top edge a bit more. There we go. That's nice. Sometimes my bone structure gets in the way of a decent blend. Like my brow bone is quite pointy, and so it likes to just sort of stick out and warp the shape of my eyeshadow looks quite a bit. It's becoming more pronounced the older I get, and so I'm trying to combat that with blending and illusion. This is just stunning though. Romantic, sickly, poison apple vibes, you know it. This eyeshadow is playing really nicely with the blush. I will say that. It is not giving me any grief whatsoever. Also, I know my voice is sounding a couple of octaves deeper than it normally is. I've been doing a lot of voiceover audition tapes in the last month or two. I had to do 3 back-to-back last night, and so now my voice is a little tired. Honestly, I don't think any of you are complaining. To all those people who watch my videos because of my voice, I see you. Now here comes the fun and the scary part. Gel chromes, which I've never worked with before. So I went ahead and swatched all these on my arm. I was absolutely gobsmacked at how easily the gel chromes applied just with a brush. You could just paint with them. Like, well, paint. That was, wow, that was very insightful, Maddie. This is the part that might make or break this look. I think in order to make sure that it adheres to my eyeball just a little bit, I think I'm gonna go in with some glitter primer. This might be a mistake, but we're just gonna find out together. So I'm just going to gently tap onto the lid with my fingy. So this is the gel chrome I've decided to use. I don't think you'll be able to pick up the shift on camera, but it's like a purple to green to gold. I'm gonna grab a little brush first and see how this applies. It's got the zaniest texture. Let's tap it out on the back of the hand. Let's just paint this on and see what happens. Oh my God, okay. I'm trying not to disturb the product too much, gently swiping it on. I'm noticing that the base color, that dark purple, is the thing that is coming through the most on camera, which is a shame because when I swatched it, the purple was not the dominant color that came through. So I'm just going to grab this next one. Yeah, it's a little brighter. Let's see how she do. It's nice that the edges still blend out pretty good. I just really wanted that gold aspect to shine through better on camera. I do love that you do not need a base to get the pigment out of these. Although I wonder if using a darker base would have highlighted the shifts a little better. I'm gonna go back into the Strawberry Milkshake palette into Juicy and see if I can't blend out this edge a little bit more. Definitely a little darker, more dramatic than I was expecting, but I'm still not mad. I still think these are crazy to look at. Last thing I want to do is add a chrome flake. And I think I know which one I want to use because I think in the color family, this is going to pick up all those tones. I think instead of using a brush, I am going to take my finger and tap into this one because it is quite chunky and textured. That is some zany texture. Oof. Okay, now let's go in with a brush. Just on that inner portion here. Wow, just like look at all that texture. Okay, I think for now, that's where I'm going to leave it. So I'm gonna do this on the other side off camera. And if you wanna see how the blush turns out, go hop over to Unearthly Cosmetics YouTube channel. Hopefully I can link it up here. And in that video, we're going to go in depth on the blush and the blush techniques. So pause this video, go over there if you want to, or if not, just stick around. And when I come back, we will finish the rest of the look. A little bit of a wardrobe change. Listen, I can look like a scrub on my own YouTube channel, but we gotta make a good impression over there, okay? All right, folks, and we are back. Eyelashes are on. These are Alter Ego by Boldface, a classic on this channel. And look at that. We are all blushed and flushed and highlighted and glowing. We definitely got into the technique of blush draping. We also did a little more minimalist blush moment before all of the chaos. So please go check it out. All we need to do now is a lip, maybe some final touches, and then we can call it a night. It has been a day, folks, a day of filming. I have not had nearly enough water. I already know that by this point. For a lip, I think you know what direction I'm going to go in. It's something that I do all the time these days, and that's a little Fenty Gloss Bomb Heat. These are my all-time favorite gloss formula, hands down. It's just perfect. It's the best. I don't know what else to tell you, honestly. Before that though, I think I do want to add just a hint more pigmentation. So let's go in with a Superstay ink crayon. This is in the color Treat Yourself, and I'm going to focus that on the inside of the lip just to add a touch of pink. And to heat it up a little bit more, I'm going to layer on Laugh Louder, which is an orange. Guys, can you blame me? Let's spray her down. I'm just gonna add a touch of how many carats as I want to do normally. Just right there and there. This is it. This is the finished look, all complete. Boy, oh boy, this was a long day of filming for me, but I am so pleased with how it turned out. I had the best time filming for Unearthly Cosmetics over on their YouTube channel, but I will leave my thoughts on the blushes and highlights for that outro. But let's talk about the gel chromes and the gel chrome flakes. Now, this is my first time using any product like this, and I gotta say, with a couple more cracks at it, I think I will really love using these products. Even the second eye just went a little bit more smoothly. Oh my God, I cannot believe I just did this again. I forgot bottom mascara. Who can say where the road goes? Hold please.
A few moments later.
Where was I? Yes, that's right. So even the second attempt with the same products went a lot smoother. I feel like I did less layering, so there's a little less buildup of product on the lid, and I think it just gives an overall smoother effect, even though there's still that intentional texture with the chrome flakes. Also, I'm curious to see how the gel chromes work on a darker base. In any case, I really enjoyed working with these. The gel was really easy to apply. I could use a brush and it glides on the lid. The opacity is there right off the bat. And I know lots of indie companies dabble in multichromes and multichrome gels. I do see that a lot in indie makeup land, but as far as my first encounter with anything like this, it went pretty darn smoothly. I am just so thankful to Unearthly Cosmetics for sending all of this my way and for trusting me with their own YouTube channel. And a few days ago, I got the notification that something else from them is being sent my way. So I'm just so excited to be playing with all of their new goodies. It is just truly such a treat. And I don't really have a lot of experience saying things like this, so this feels very foreign to me, but I do have a discount code with Unearthly Cosmetics. If you want 10% off of your order, you can use the code Madelaide for 10% at checkout. That's really cool. Again, huge thank you to Unearthly Cosmetics. I'm gonna go wrap up the other video on their channel. So I'm going to love you and leave you, but before I do, please let me rattle it off to you really quick. Here are the many ways that you can help out my channel. You can give this video a huge thumbs up. You can comment down below what you thought of everything. You can subscribe. Any and all engagement with this video is crucial to its success in the algorithm. So if you have a few spare seconds, please engage with this video. You can follow me on other social media. I will leave those right there. And please go check out the video I did over on Unearthly Cosmetics YouTube channel. And on that very surreal note, folks, just keep doing your best and I will see you on the next one.